Buying web hosting space from your web designer? Watch out. We all love to shirk responsibility and hand over some of our problems for people who are willing to handle them. Buying the right type of web hosting may be quite an overwhelming process for a not-so-tech-savvy business owner. The task of how much disk space, how much bandwidth, and all the technical jargon involved can get quite taxing to understand. This is a primary reason why web designers are more than happy to bundle a web hosting account along with their designing fees. But there are many ways in which such relationships can get sour if the terms of the bundling are not made clear initially. This article explains what could go wrong if you buy web hosting space from your web designer rather than buying it independently. Price. Although you may feel that you've got a great package deal on your web hosting along with design fees, you should be aware that web hosting fees are recurring fees and usually payable monthly or annually. Don't get carried away with the waiver of fees for the first year. Some website owners are in for a rude shock when the next year, on the renewal anniversary, they receive a huge invoice for renewal of the web hosting account. Design firms are almost always resellers or affiliates of web hosting companies and never a web host themselves. This can be a positive thing as well as a negative thing. Sometimes they may be able to offer you a highly competitive pricing, while some of them may just exploit your ignorance or inability. Lock-in. Taking a package from your website developers may lock you into their web hosting package as well as their design. More than a physical barrier, it creates a sort of psychological block which prevents you from switching services or choosing a different design for your website. This is precisely the reason why low-cost packages are offered and customers are lured to them. Website owners fear that if they shift the design services, then the developers may not be too cooperative and not give them control of the hosting account. Similarly, even if the hosting account has limited features or provides bad service, you may be willing to stick to it if it is bundled with your development package. You should always have control of your hosting account and also have your design source code with you. Support. If your web designer is knowledgeable, well-equipped and efficient, you may get good technical support. Issues related to your website's hosting will be solved quickly. But if your designers are new to the hosting world, they may not be of much help. Sometimes it may be helpful to buy the hosting and design from the same company, so that all your services are under one roof. This way there can be no blame game as to which service is deficient, in case of a failure. However, this can also be a disadvantage if you have hired a nascent design firm. They may be too raw to know the intricacies of hosting and may not be able to keep up with changing technologies or may not be competent to provide the right security or optimization measures. This should not be expected from them either, as designing is their primary business and all other things are side businesses. Control. If you are taking a package deal, make things clear at the beginning. What happens if you decide to hire the services of another designer? Who keeps the control of the website? On whose name is the domain name and hosting registered? How do you log in to control your website files? These are some of the basic questions that you should ask when you are offered such a deal. You don't want to end up having a disagreement with your web designer, who turns off your website and takes control of your domain name, leaving you high and dry.